Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would like to share with you two poems that are in the absolute back of the brand new issue book release from Dawn of the Dirt magazine, volume 196, 622 issue that is titled Bridge. Ta-da, Bridge. Oakland Bay Bridge, actually, if you're interested. Or if the back cover has a back shot of coming in through the tunnel to see it as well. Two poems in honor of the community poetry who opened the mic. This first one is titled Been a World Leader. People could think that Americans are cocky and arrogant because we've been a world leader for so long. But even though our cars are from Korea, our electronics are from Japan, and we owe China billions, better beers are from Germany, better wines and champagnes from France. Because even though we've been thrust into this global economy that Al Gore pushed us into by creating the internet, us Americans still seem to want to rest on our past laurels through the next millennium. So I stopped at a dive in München, where a female bartender tended bar for three old German men and one very out-of-place American. Barely knowing German, I figured I could just sit there, say her beer name on tap and pay in euros and leave it at that. But at one point, after the jukebox in the far corner that I had never even noticed started playing some new American-sounding pop song, one of the old German men turned to me and started yelling at me in German. Holding my Franziskaner draft, my eyes turned to saucers. I was unable to say a word to this old German man yelling at me in a language I could not decipher. That's when the bartender yelled back the old English in German, then English. They didn't play this song, I did. So I smiled at the bartender and finished my beer, realizing that us Americans can still get into trouble without saying a word. It's true. It's very true. You try to be good. What does it do, right? Anywho, one more poem, the absolute last poem in this book, Bridge. And if you want to see it from coming through the tunnel, that's the back cover. Anywho, this last poem for you is titled Enough's Enough. Oh, this one tells you where my roots are from too. Enough's enough. Once when I was in Bad Gastein, where the Alps in Austria gave every street in town a 60-degree incline, I signed up for a bus tour to go to a radon cave at a nearby mining mountain. Waiting outside for the bus, I stood with something like 17 German-speaking Austrians. There I felt so out of my element that I was almost dying for any American voice saying any words. That's when I heard a boisterous baritone, so I made my way to the booming, distinctly American voice. I merely asked, "American?" And this large man heard my inflection and immediately spoke. "Hi, I'm Frank, and little missus here is Mildred." And this petite, subservient Midwestern woman standing with this almost circular, melodramatic man made this couple look like a perfect 10. Frank asked where I was from, and I said Chicago. He sprung up to start his speech, schlepping his spiel. "We're from Detroit. I worked for GM for 35 years, and now that the kids are gone with my pension, I thought I'd take the little missus here to see the Alps." And that's when I realized that I could have stood at 50 paces and still heard Frank telling the entire neighborhood the epic of his life. That's when it occurred to me how loud us Americans could be. Because when first traveling through Europe after the War on Terror began, the United States government and airlines wanted to inform Americans traveling abroad that if they were concerned about being a conspicuous target by looking too American, they offered these simple guidelines. Don't wear a university sweatshirt. Don't wear a sports team baseball cap. Don't chew gum. Don't yell. And I could imagine Frank now yelling, Mildred! So I made a point, part of me wanted to inform Americans traveling abroad that if they were so concerned about being a specific target, I just would have to, at this point, make a point to not sit near Frank and Mildred on that bus. But that was okay. I could still hear them from rows away as we made our way to the mountain range. And to the Austrians on that tour who spoke English, part of me wanted to tell them, not all Americans are like that. Not all Americans are that loud. Because even if us Americans want to rest on our laurels, some of us know when enough's enough. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was your installment of Down in the Dirt magazine, and I'm reading like I was reading amongst people at the community poetry open mic that was on the first Wednesday of every month at Halfway Brooks at North Lamar in Austin, Texas. That was run by Austrian transplant poet Tom Woodruff, and because of the pandemic and because of COVID-19, that was stopped, which makes me sad. Sniff, sniff. In honor of that, I am reading during this time in honor of that. So I hope you enjoyed from brand new book releases, a couple of poems in a couple of different reading installments. I hope everyone is remaining safe. I hope everyone is remaining creatively inclined. And I look forward to hearing from each one and every one of you very, very soon. Thank you all so very much for listening. If you'd like to know anything about Down in the Dirt, you can go to scars.tv/dirt or look for, I guess, through Amazon, Bridge and Down in the Dirt, and you'll learn about this issue. Anywho, I hope everyone's remaining good, and I look forward to talking to and seeing each and every one of you very, very soon. Thank you all so very much. Thank you.